All we have is now. That's all we have. So we want to cherish our now. We want to embrace our now and make our now day as much as good as beautiful as possible, because all you have is now. If you don't change the things about yourself that you don't like, you'll be the same tomorrow. And listen to me carefully when I say this. Prayer changes things, that's true. But prayer doesn't change you. You got to change you. It is not enough for you to pray about something to change in your life, get up off your knees, crawl in the bed, go to sleep, and wake up the next morning and expect it to be changed. That's not right. God has given us free will, and God will never usurp or override our free will. I know that there's some questions about that. I can feel them coming through the phone. I can feel them coming through the video. But God does not override your free will. That's why we're often stuck in the same place day after day, month after month, and year after year, because we act in such a way that does not bring about the change that we're looking for. And God is not going to change us against our will. When your back is against the wall, there are people that say, oh, well, I had a bad situation and God allowed it in my life so that I would change. You can have a bad situation, live in that bad situation, and never change. No. You must take responsibility for yourself, and you need to do it now, because now is all there is. Now is the here. Now is all we have. You can dream about tomorrow, but all you have is right now. Everything in your life that has happened has already happened. You probably need to write this down. Everything in your life that has happened has already happened. Stay with me. It can never unhappen. It's done. It cannot be undone. You can never live, I should have done it. You can't do that. You can never live, would have done it. We say woulda, coulda, shoulda. None of that is available to you. It's already happened. Whatever it is, it has already happened. Listen, please know that I'm not being insensitive to difficult situations. I'm not identifying anything. I'm talking about principles. Nothing that has happened is in your present tense. It is in your past tense. It has already happened. And I have reason for emphasizing that, because I wanted to keep coming back to your mind. You could never have done it differently, because what happened then happened the way it happened. There is a thought that if we knew better, we could, or we would have done better. Maybe, maybe not. We did what we did in the moment, whatever that may have been. All of the things that you have done in your life are over. And that's a wonderful thing, because every morning when you wake up, it's a new start. It's a new day. You can do it a different way now. If the situation has passed, if the moment has passed, if the event has passed, fine. Then get ready for the next one. But you can't live in that one. If what has happened, stay with me, listen to me. If what has happened is over in the physical reality, then the only thing left is how you choose to process it. Let me say that again. If everything is over in your physical reality, which is another way of saying if it's all in the past, then the only thing left is how you process it right now. And that gives you more strength and more power than even what happened in the past, because you determine how you take that into your future, if you so choose to even take it into your future. If it's over in the physical reality, it will not come back. It cannot come back. So you decide how you're going to think about it, how you're going to feel about it as you move forward. If you process things in a way that make you feel guilty, then that will immobilize you. That will make you feel unhappy. I mean, I'm just being simplistic about it. If you think of something that, let's say you did it. You know you did it. You know you're wrong. Okay, I don't know what that is. Let's just use that for an example, and you fill in the blanks, whatever that might be. It's over and it's done. You can say all day and all night, if I had to do over again, I wouldn't do it. You ain't going to never have it to do over again. It's already done. The only thing left for you to do, if you can't simply forget it, is how you're going to process this. Are you going to embrace that emotion of guilt? Guilt is a wasted emotion. It's a wasted emotion. Say it with me. Guilt is a wasted emotion. Wasted means it doesn't do anything. It has no value. It does not help you feel better on any level. It is a negative thing. So if the thing was negative, if the issue was negative, whatever it would be, the happening was negative, then what do you do besides feel guilty? I got it. As my husband would say, I thought you'd never ask. If it was negative, then say to yourself, how can I learn from this? There's quite a difference in saying, how can I learn from this, or allowing the thing to beat you up and the guilt to just riddle your present, and you trying to get a lesson out of it. That you cannot do, two things can't occupy the same space, physically or mentally or emotionally. You can't feel good and bad. You can't feel sick and well. You can't feel prosperous and lean or prosperous and poor at the same time. Two things can't occupy the same space at the same time. Therefore, you decide what's going to occupy your mind at any given moment. What emotion is going to occupy your existence or who you are at any given time. You can decide that. So if it's negative, then you can simply say, how am I going to learn from this? What lesson do I learn? And sometimes the lesson is pretty quick. Sometimes it's simply to say, I ain't doing that no more. That didn't pay off. I'm not doing it. Whatever it might be. And I'm not trying to trivialize anything. Neither do I want to get into the territory of horrible things that have happened and try to make it sound simple. It is not. It just is what it is. You can allow the guilt to consume you and eat you up, or you can put a stake in the ground right now and say, it ain't happening like that. I'm going to learn from this and I'm going to move forward. Begin to view the past as something that can never be changed. That sounds very simple, But think about how many times you may have said, I shouldn't have done it that way, or whatever, whatever. I don't know what in the world I was thinking. No, you don't know what you were thinking. And if you did know what you were thinking, what good would it be? What good would it be? Because the thought is gone. You're living in the effect. It was a cause, you're living in the effect. But every effect is a cause also. So whatever happened then results in where you are now, but where you are now, very definitely under your control, is determined by what you do in this moment going forward. So begin to view the past as something that can never be changed. Focus on how to change the outcome in the future. It's not just irresponsibly saying, well, I'm just going to forget it. I can't change it. That's not the worst way you could look at it. However, if you focus on how you can change the outcome for the future, now that might make you, that may guarantee that the past won't be repeated. Think about it. Think about it. I just had some thoughts that went through my mind, and I wonder if you've had some too, that if you don't take control of your now, the past can certainly repeat itself. Guilt keeps us from changing the outcome of the future that we want. Guilt keeps us from changing the outcome of the future that we want. Guilt is a really, really heavy and ugly character. It's an ugly little rascal because it keeps turning your face backwards. It keeps turning your mind back. Remember this, remember that. The last time you did it, you flunked. You said you weren't going to do it again, but you did it 3 more times. And look at you. You're getting ready to do it again. That is a mind that is totally 100% out of control. You need to get control of your mind, get control of your little self, and say, I'm taking this guilt, and if you can't flush it, at least put it aside until you get used to dealing with it. Guilt in the now affects your future. So if you nurture this guilt, whatever it is, bad person, bad choice, shouldn't have done it, never do things right, oh my God, look what kind of trouble I've caused. Look how much space, how much time, how much energy you have spent referring to a part of your life that is past that you cannot change, and therefore it keeps you hung up on the past, and you can do nothing. You can do nothing about your past, and it doesn't allow you to do anything for your future. Guilt, say it with me, guilt keeps me hung up on the past, that which I can do nothing about. Listen, don't use your present to be hung up on your past. You can't use your present and be constructive in the now if you're looking at the past. If you're looking at the past, you can't be constructive for the future. I don't care how you put it, which way it comes first. What you're doing right now cannot undo the past, and it certainly can do nothing for the future unless you do it in a constructive way. You gotta unload the guilt of whatever it may be. Even things happen to you that other people do to you also that make you feel guilty because you think, did I do something that caused this to happen? Did I do something? Did I invite it in some kind of way? Did I make the person think that I wanted this? Or, what is it that did that? Listen, Stop blaming the victim. I really, really, really dislike that. When people find a way to blame something that happened to another person, blaming it on that person. That's not right. Don't spend another nanosecond thinking about how what somebody else may have done to you on your job or in any other walk of your life. If someone was negative, that's not your fault. That is not your fault. They did it. Don't blame the victim. If you were the victim, fine. Don't blame yourself, but don't stay the victim either. Because people don't have sympathy for the victim after a while. They go with you for a while, but they expect that you will get up on your feet and you'll move forward. Not that easy. It may take you years to move forward, years to get on your feet, but make every day count toward that process. Make every day be a day where you are moving forward to your best self, your strongest self, your better life. Every day. That's up to you. Whatever it takes, do it. Whatever it takes. Instead of feeling guilty or entertaining guilt, ask yourself this question. What could I be doing right now instead? What can I do right now that will bring me to a better me? What can I do right now in the midst of feeling bad? See, here's the thing. Write this down. Don't wait until you feel good ever. You must not wait until you feel good about anything ever before you do something about it. Because your emotions sometimes have a mind of their own. So if you're going to wait until you feel good, how do you know whether you're going to be like in the dumps for an hour or you're going to carry on a pity party for 2 weeks? No, you don't wait until you feel better. Ask yourself, what could I do instead of entertaining and nurturing this negative feeling, this anger, this guilt? What alternative feeling or what alternative action is available to me right now that I can handle right now? What is it that I can do to get out of this funk? We all have them. We all do. There's no way that you can feel joyous all the time. But you have to come up with ways, first, of recognizing that, yeah, we get in bad moods. Sometimes it doesn't work. Things that aren't working out, perhaps consistently, put us in a bad mood. We recognize that. But, you know, you got to just have a rule of thumb. I'm not going to have 2 bad days in a row. Or I'm not going to have a complete 24-hour bad day. Whatever it takes, you must decide. No one will decide for you. They can't. They're going through their own funk. It's up to you to get a grip on your life and make it be what you want.